Hi there. Today on Main Streets, we're here in Sayre, Oklahoma at Tenacious Tees, where we're going to talk to Belinda Graham and her street racing program here in Sayre. Hey, here we are in Sayre, Oklahoma at Tenacious Tees, owned by Sonia. She does a lot of the stuff for Sayre. Tell us, what's your role in this deal?
Okay. Well, I've been here from the start since we first started racing out here. And I'm the Sayre Chamber President, and I developed the Sayre Street Race logo.
Yeah.
Partly to raise funds to put the races on from the get-go.
So do you go to the street races and sell these t-shirts and stuff?
Yes, we have a merchandise trailer at the street races every race, and you can come purchase them there. I also help with the gates and with vendors and taking care of everything that goes on out there. So you see me in my bright orange shirt all over the place.
Sounds like you play a big role in this.
Oh, I do. Belinda, I've worked with Belinda Graham from the start.
Right.
And it takes a lot to put it on, and we've got a great team of volunteers that does an amazing job to put these things on so people can have something fun to watch.
That's awesome. Now, do you have a website or something like that where people can buy your products?
Well, currently we're in the process of adding the merchandise online. You can go to the Sayre Street Race webpage, and eventually we will have a link on there where you can click on it and order it online, you'll be able to check out all the merchandise that we have.
All right, cool. Let's go talk to Belinda and see what she's got to say. All right, here we are with Wayne and Belinda that does the Sayre Street Races. I guess the first question I got for you is, how did you get started in all this, and how did you pull this off?
Okay, well, in 2014, I was approached to help with some street races that were being put on at our industrial park.
Right.
My city manager asked me to get on board and help with those. And so I did, and we ended up forming a committee of racers and then some other chamber members, and we started putting the races on, and it just took off.
Right. I hear about it all the time.
I think you're the only small town around in Oklahoma that does it.
I think that does it regularly, yes.
Yeah, regularly.
I've never heard of a town putting on anything like this. How was you able to pull this off as far as legal issues and stuff?
Well, I think it's because we have a very supportive city manager,
Right.
and he said as long as we have, liability insurance,
Right.
that he would give us that road to race on, because it's in an industrial park. We haven't had anybody build out there as of yet in that area.
Right.
And so it really has helped with economic development in our city, bringing tax revenue once a month. We try and put them on March through October as the weather permits. So once a month, our local people can look forward to like a surge of people coming to the convenience stores, restaurants, hotels.
Right.
And so when the city
you
sees
can track
that,
all that and see what's going on. So.
absolutely, we've had a lot of our owners tell us their biggest days that they have are during the street races.
Wow, it's a wonder a lot of other cities haven't caught on to that, because this is a big deal. And y'all do this, what, every other weekend?
No, actually, it's just once a month.
Or once a month?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we do it once a month. And when you say other cities, actually I get a lot of phone calls from other cities, even like from Virginia and
Really?
so, yeah, on the East Coast. I had a senator from out there call me and ask me, well, how can we start doing something like that in our town, because we see what you're doing and we'd like to do that.
Right. It's pretty awesome.
Well,
do y'all have like safety, like ambulances and stuff out there?
Yes,
whenever,
we
in
have.
case anything happens?
Yes, we have fire and rescue, and then our ambulance, we pay for them to be there on standby.
Cool. So it's basically a legal street race.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great for the community and the people. I mean, I've raced here before, and it's amazing. They put on a great show. So.
Well, the drivers are what we started it for.
Right.
We started it so that our drivers who are passionate about racing would have a place to race. Now, out here in western Oklahoma, we have people that race on the back roads every night.
Right.
They're passionate about racing.
Yeah. When I used to live in Okemo, Oklahoma, we'd go every Friday and Saturday night. We'd cruise Sonic and up and down the street, and then we'd go off on Route 3 and race. So.
Did the same thing when I was in Shawnee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's American. It's what the country was built on.
It is. I agree, and it's just a wonderful thing that at least once a month these drivers know they can come out and meet up. I think they enjoy getting to see each other, seeing what they're running, look at what they've got, look at what upgrades they've made to their car, and then getting out there and grudging each other. I just think it's a great time for them, and then that's just bled over to it being a great time for the fans.
Exactly. Now you do a lot of different kind of classes and stuff for the racing. You got like the real fast cars and the slower cars and.
Well,
a little bit of something for everybody.
Right. Well, we started out just being grudge matches, and then
Right.
we have what we call shootouts, where the guys can buy in for $100 into big tire and small tire, and winner takes all. And as we have developed this thing, we're getting more pro mods, faster cars. Like we have Rusty Hook out here, we have Honey Badger out here, we have some of
Right.
those faster cars. And so we've kind of heard from some of the smaller guys, we feel like we really can't run in that big tire and small tire.
Right.
So for this race, we've got some new classes that we're going to try out. One of them's Motor Maniac, so that's going to be all motor.
Right.
And then one of them's Heavy Hitters, so that's going to be a chassis limited class. And then we're going to have our Vintage Street Rod class, that's going to be pre-1985 cars. So we've got some different, things that they'll have to tech out with to make sure that they fit in those classes.
Right.
But these guys are actually going to have their own classes where they can compete. So instead of just grudging, they can actually take home some money and a trophy.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Do they have each class have a different buy-in, or is it
Yes,
bets? Or?
yes, they do. Like for our big tire and small tire, we're going to keep that $100 buy-in. And so what we've thought for the smaller classes, the new ones that we're just starting, they'll have trophies, and then also they can buy them for $25, and then second place would get their buy-in back, and then first place would take the pot.
Yeah, that's cool. Works out pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Are you going to take us to the spot and let us look at it?
Oh,
Let everyone-
absolutely. I'd love for
Okay.
you guys to. There's lots of videos online, and on our Facebook page, we have about 23,000 followers, so you can always
Wow.
go there and look, but I'd love to give you guys a tour of the track.
What's your,
it's a great place to be.
What's your page name?
It's under Sayre Street Races, and then SayreStreetRaces.com is our website. So there's a link there to our Facebook page as well. Lots of pictures, information.
Right.
There's a driver's page, so if you're thinking about coming out and racing, kind of has what our tech is, because we still, we want to keep everybody safe.
Right.
So we make sure the cars are safe, and then because it's a real street, you have to have a tag and insurance. I mean, this
Right.
is street racing. We are not on a track.
Right.
That's what makes it fun. That's what we're
Yeah.
trying to do with this, is make
Yeah.
sure it's real street cars doing their thing.
Yep. And we love that. We want to support the real, true street cars. And then, like I said, we get a lot of mods that come out here and they like to run our road too.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds great.
Whenever we get ready to do our racing for our show, we're wanting to do some stuff on the street. Maybe we can use the facility and do our stuff here.
We would be honored. We'd love for all you guys to come out and just take on the Sayre Street races.
It'd be great.
We'd love it.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it. Now, what kind of faculty you got that helps you run this operation? Is it kind of a small deal, or you got a big?
Well, it's all volunteers.
Right.
So nobody's paid to put on the street races. So what it is we have our tech guys that come and inspect. They
Right.
volunteer their time. A lot of them are drivers.
Okay.
Because they know cars, they know what to look
Right.
for. And then Sonia Blagg, who is the board of directors president, she volunteers her time and she's out there. She helps with the gates and admission and
Right.
overseeing.
She designed your shirts, I
Yes,
believe.
she did the design for our initial logo, and then she's come up with all kinds of cool designs for our merchandise. And then we have at least 20 to 30 volunteers that help with each race, and that's going to be from people working the front gates, taking admission,
Right.
to the people that help run it off. And our fire chief, Robert Aarons, he works out there with no pay as well, and he's the site director, so he gets the
Right.
street ready, gets it clean, helps me set it up. And then, it's just like it's a community thing, and so everybody comes out and helps us get it brush hogged or weed eated or whatever we need to do. And
Awesome.
it's 100% volunteer driven.
Just everybody out having a good time.
Well,
That's
they
it.
love street race. I
They
mean,
love
Right.
it. They're
Yeah.
passionate about it. They want to
Right.
see the races continue.
Right. Now, do you kind of halfway prep the street so cars can hook up, or is it just bare concrete, or how does that? How
Well,
y'all got it set up?
Right. Because it's asphalt, we do prep it. We put down one spray prior to the beginning of the races, and then about 9:30 when we start the shootouts, we spray it again and let it set for a minute so
Okay.
they can hook up on the asphalt. And, we've had some people say, well, why do you prep it and all of that? Because
Right.
we're here to be safe. I would
Right.
rather spray it and see people hook hard and make a safe straight pass down that road than see someone roll. And so we're all about safety. And yes, we've had a few accidents out here,
Right.
but so far we've been very fortunate. And I think it's because we do a little bit of prep, so it helps people stick.
So
That's
make
great.
sure if you bring your car, it's up to par, because they will disqualify you if you're not up to safety reasons.
Right.
That's right.
Drive shaft loops, stuff like that, you got to have it.
Yeah, you have to be safe, and all your parts. I mean, they need to be where they're supposed to go,
Right.
and no loose parts. We don't let anybody with leaks go down the track. We don't need
Right.
leaks on the track.
Zip-tied stuff.
That's it, right?
Exactly.
So we make sure it's safe, and that just keeps it where we can keep the street races going, and it protects the fans and the other drivers.
Exactly. There you go. If you don't pass, they'll boot your ass.
That's it.
couldn't have said it
That's
any better.
I love that.
What's
hey,
your language,
I think
asshole?
I may make a banner that says that.
If you don't
I
pass,
like
they'll
it.
boot your ass. There you go.
I like that.
And sometimes you have to do it with some of these guys because I've seen some pretty rigged stuff and think, good Lord, you're going to
How are
die,
they-
dude.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think one thing that, you know, I've had a lot of people ask me, why do we keep doing it? Why do we? Because we'll start at 8 in the morning and it'll be 3 or 4 in the morning before I'm getting home, and the volunteers as well. And it's a tiring day. But when I see the smiles on the faces of the spectators, and I'm
Right.
talking little bitty kids that are just thrilled to be at the street races, when I see families out there having a good time, because they can come out, they can bring their ice chest, they can sit there and spend the evening watching these street races right in their own backyard here in Sayre, and then see the drivers who are just thrilled and who are meeting up and visiting and passionate about what they do. It's just nice to know that I have a part in that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I just can't believe more little towns and cities haven't caught on and tried to do something like that, because I'm sure it brings in, like you say, it brings in a lot of revenue for all the businesses, because you got people coming from all over Oklahoma to do this.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma and Texas. We've had Mike Qualley, who drives the Mutt all the way up in Minnesota.
Right.
He comes out here and he loves it. We've just pulled people from all over, and it just really touches my heart that people are so passionate about the sport, and you know, and it really helps the town, and the
Right.
town loves it. I mean, where else in a small town like this of 3,500 people can you go watch 6 hours of street racing for $10?
Exactly.
There you go.
So that's what
$10.
that's what it costs to come watch. Is
Yes.
$10.
Mhm. $10.
Yeah.
How much is it for the little kids?
And
Is
for
there
the
an
little
age limit?
kids is 5.
5
Yeah.
for the kids.
And then I believe 5 and under is free.
Excellent.
Yeah. So do you have any other events for cars other than the racing, or, you know, like cruises and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Before our street races, we try to every month. Now, this coming up race for August, we're not going to have a cruise in, and it's simply because it's kind of gotten a little too hot for that. But we start out the season with having a cruise in the night before on Friday night, which is a great time. We have a lot of our drivers that bring their cars and line Main Street with them so that the spectators can check it out, because when they're racing, you know, spectators can't go into the racing lanes and down into the pits and things. So they're able to check the cars out here.
And so you line all the people up in the street, and the
Sure
people
do.
come look at it?
Yep. And so we'll have all kinds of different types of cars. You might have a Pro Mod down here, you'll have street cars, and then classic cars. We'll have a lot of people that own classic cars all around the area come out and they just cruise the streets, and we have a burnout zone.
Oh, cool.
So they get to come over here and legally do burnouts on a concrete area in downtown Sayre, and it's a great time. We have at least 30 or 40 spectators around the burnout area. They rush down here at 5 o'clock to get their spot so they can watch the burnouts, and you'll be on Main Street and you'll just see these big clouds of smoke coming from South 4th Street,
And
it's the burnout.
All that's going to be on your webpage to give you
Oh,
times
yes.
and all that stuff?
Yep. All the information, and there's a great link there. It's a spectator page. So if you've never come to the street races and you're coming as a spectator, you can click on that for visitors, and it will actually tell you where everything's at and what to expect. We do have some stickers out there, so it tells you not to wear flip-flops, wear appropriate shoes. You can bring your ice chest, no dogs, no pets, and no open
Hell, half
flames.
my family can't come now.
Oh,
What the
uh-oh,
hell?
you might be in trouble.
dogs
But
and
yeah,
no
we have a
pets.
great time. And then every year, this year it's going to be September 23rd through the 25th, we have a Hogs and Rods Festival. And that's celebrating all things motorcycle and cars. And we
Cool.
have fun stuff like lawnmower races. We're going to have go-kart races. We're going to have wiener dog races.
Jesus.
So we're just, yes.
Really?
It's just a good time. So it's just a festival that'll be held downtown, and we just celebrate everything to do with the street races and with cool vintage cars, and it's just a great time.
You've definitely got a lot of good things going on. It's a small town. It's a beautiful town. We'll take some shots of that so you can see it. And let's go look at the track.
I'm thinking
See.
me and Trey need to put nitrous on that snapper and get on this lawnmower racing.
That's
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, bring your
I'll-
lawnmowers out,
I'll
and we got a
watch.
go-kart. We're going to have a go-kart class this time, and then we're going to have, even a 5K and then a little bicycle course for the little kids.
That'd be cool.
So it's kind of a family fun event just to celebrate all things bikes and cars.
And this is all through the month of...
This will be September 23rd through the 25th. It's a weekend event.
Oh, cool.
So that's coming up next month.
Awesome.
And so all the information can be found on our website, which is SayreStreetRaces.com.
Right.
And then we have a Facebook page, Sayre Street Races.
Cool. Yeah, I think I've got you on Facebook on the Sayre Street Races.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, let's go look at the street.
this is it.
This is it. This is our street race right here.
Cool. Yep, I've been here. It's amazing. We've got a lot of good. Well, we've got 660 feet, and then we got 1,200 feet shut down.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's really cool.
It's a good time. Now, you know, some of the bigger cars, faster cars, some pro mods and things like that have to throw their chutes. But for the average car, they have plenty of shutdown room, and it's an 1/8 mile, and it's just fun. Just a good time.
Looks like it.
I like the way you got the stands and stuff set up.
Yeah.
Where, you know, people can see from above. That way it's not all just trying to look over each other's shoulders.
Exactly. Now, we have a lot of people that bring their lawn chairs and they sit down in that area right by the barriers because they want to be up close and personal to it.
Right.
And then over on the west side, our trucks back up to the barriers. And so
Right.
they can have their ice chest with them, sit in the back of their pickups, and they really get a great seat there. And then, like you said, then they can go up the bleachers and have a really good view of the entire track, so they're able to see it.
Cool.
Exactly. Now, where does everybody go as far as their trailers and stuff? If they want to trailer their cars in and...
On the street we just drove down?
Yes,
Okay.
on the entrance street, they park there, and then if you saw the little driver's lot that was kind of to the left, we did park at C&J Energy, but they've kind of had some things going on with their company, and they didn't want us to park in their parking lot anymore.
Right.
So we had to build one really quick. So we had a gentleman that races out here all the time. He actually helped pay to put in a driver's lot so we could keep our races going. So it's
a
everybody just
community
pitches
effort.
in. Yeah, everybody just pitches in because they just didn't want to see them in, but we had to have somewhere to stage our drivers so they could get teched and set
Right.
up and do all that stuff they have to do.
I like it. This is pretty killer out here. It's a ways out. Nobody, not bothering anybody, just out here doing our thing.
Yeah, it's a great time. And like I said, I think that it's so different because this is just a road. It's an asphalt road. And when we set up and race, like so we put a little bit of prep down and you can see all the rubber that's on the road already.
Right.
So when it's really hot out, it doesn't, hook as well. But then as the evening, as the sun starts going down, boy, I tell you what, they hook it up
comes
on this
around,
road.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it comes around and it's a great time.
Well, it's not supposed to completely bite because it's street racing.
That's right. It's a street. It's a real street. And so I think that's what makes us unique. I think that's what makes people love it. And I think the closeness of the fans being able to feel like they're involved in it.
Right.
I think that gives it that hometown feel. And I think drivers love it. They can have their family come out and watch them and cheer them on. And it's just, I think that when you're out here and you feel that energy, that you get addicted. I know I am.
I love it. I'm coming to the next one.
Yeah, we're going to come check it out.
That'd be great.
Be happy to do mean streets here too. So
Yeah, I hope you guys will come out and shoot here. So anybody you've interviewed, come on out here. Let's do it right here.
that's
Everybody I've talked to so far that we've interviewed is in.
it. Yeah, they love it here. So
They're all ready to come out here and do this.
So I say a mean streets race right out here at Sayre Street Races. I would love it.
I'm game.
We'll
Me
do
too.
whatever we need to make it happen.
Belinda, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming
Thank you.
out. I
Thank you,
appreciate
appreciate
you
it.
guys taking the time and shedding a little light on the real true street racing out here
Thank
in
you,
Sayre,
Brett, for-
America.
Getting it right this time.
Right. Looking forward to working with you on this and getting this going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
Sayre, Oklahoma. That's where it's at.
That's it.
That's
Sayre,
right.
America, baby.
Sayre America, Main Streets. Coming to you.